Documentary historical story. Nero, the famous fire of Rome. On July 18, 64 AD. Nero is the fifth and last emperor in the Roman Empire, from the Julio-Claudian dynasty, his uncle, Emperor Caligula. He is the adopted son of Emperor Claudius. At the beginning of his reign, Nero was just an emperor in name, due to his young age and because his mother, Agrippina, continued to control everything after his accession, after which the clash began between him and his mother, who threatened him with the presence of a legitimate son of Claudius called Britannicus, who was more entitled to rule than him, so Nero killed him with poison. After that, he approached the ministers and statesmen until he was able to exclude his mother from the imperial palace, after which he went to drunkenness and orgies, and he became more degraded day by day, until he was disguised as slaves, so he would rob and plunder the property of others. Disputes arose between him and his mother, so he sent some soldiers to her, and they killed her with swords. The assassinations spread after that, in seas of blood, which Nero spilled without caring for anyone. One day, a dispute arose between him and his mistress Babai, which prompted him to severely beat her until he killed her. And his assassinations extended after that, to kill his closest associates, who was the commander of his faithful army, Porus. Then he killed his friends, relatives, and officers. As for the most famous of his crimes, it was the famous fire of Rome in the year 64 AD, when he dreamed of rebuilding Rome. And the fire began to ignite from the wooden base of the great circus, where it caught fire and spread violently, for a week throughout Rome, and the fire devoured 10 neighborhoods, out of the 14 neighborhoods of the city. While the flames were rising, and the bodies were burning, amid the screams of the victims, Nero was sitting in a high tower, amused by the sight of the fire, which fascinated him. And the bloody persecution lasted for 4 years, during which Christians tasted every kind of brutal torture that came to mind, and when chaos and crime prevailed in the Roman Empire, the Roman Senate declared him an enemy of the people, so he committed suicide in the year 68 AD.